Good morning. This is SuzyQ and this SuzyQ Report for it is October the 8th, 2020. Yes, I just thought I'd come live because normally I would do this SuzyQ post on my Facebook page, but apparently Facebook deems reposting the president's tweet as going against the community guidelines. I'm like, I cannot believe we've come to the point where the president of the United States is being censored, and anyone who reposts his comments are being censored. This is craziness. This is craziness. Nobody a generation ago would have thought that it was appropriate to censor the president's comments and communications to the people. This is nuts. And so I am here on YouTube, and hopefully I won't get blocked on this platform. But, you know, there's so much stuff going on right now. I mean, the declassification of all these documents, all these interviews that Brennan did, that, the FBI, all this stuff. And we're finding out that everything that this nation has gone through in the last 3 or more years was all part of a concocted story by Hillary Clinton that the FBI and the CIA and everybody in any kind of power ran with, just because they were out to get our president, just because their plans to overthrow this nation with a Marxist socialist agenda was being hampered by the fact the American people wanted Donald J. Trump as our president. I'm telling you, this is so massive. And they are doing everything in their power to silence us, everything in their power to shut our voices down. On social media, the big giant tech, they are the guards of information. They are the blockage, the blocks between getting real information and real facts out there and their narrative, their false narrative. The media, the social media, the mainstream media, that's what they're doing. They are doing everything in their power to prevent the American people and the people of this globe from finding out all the dirty secrets and all the treasonous acts that they have done against this president and against our country and our government. And so they're scared now. This is what they do. They're going to shut down every voice that opposes. This is what communist countries do. That's why it's not a big deal to them, because they've already got that mentality that the little people don't need to be heard. The only voices that need to be heard are those who are in power. But you know what? You got to think. The same people, the same families, the same cliques have been in power for decades and decades, and some generations. They have way too much power over the people of this world, not just over American citizens, but globally. And while, unfortunately, the rest of the globe is not under the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the United States guarantees or protects freedoms for our citizens. And so the rest of the world, the rest of the people of the world are watching, anticipating, watching how we're handling this situation with these leftists, these Marxists that are trying to fight to overthrow our nation and to pull United States into this globalist Marxist regime and agenda. And they're watching, because if the president and those behind the president can fight and we can keep America free and we can keep America get back to being under the Constitution with freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom to engage these conversations without worrying about being censored by big tech, being censored by mainstream media. If we can win this battle, then that gives hope to the rest of the world, because this is not just an American problem. This is a global problem. And I know the people of this world, they want the freedoms that we have had in the United States that are being shredded and being taken away from us. I mean, like at warp speed. I mean, this whole COVID crisis just showed how much power they want over you. I mean, California is still under quarantine, still under lockdown. California pastors are being put in jail for not falling in line under the governor's orders. When the governor's orders goes against your constitutional right supersedes those governor orders. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be. But the problem is they've not taught our children the order in which power is supposed to operate. And two, they, people, they're so engulfed in, all sorts of different entertainments and sports and conversations that they're not paying attention to what's going on right in front of them. And so, but the rest of the world is watching as we are struggling to maintain our freedoms and fighting to regain what the enemy has tried to steal from us, whether it be, the Clinton scandal, the Obama gate, all these different things are going on that we have been kept in the dark about. But you know what? Q and the QAnons and those of us who have been fighting this battle for a long time, and I have not been fighting it near as long as others, but to get that information out, to get different sources of different platforms out there so that we can speak freely and we can get that information out there to you. We've been working really hard at that, and it's starting to pay off. We're seeing as these declassification of all these investigations keep pouring into the arena, the public discourse, public airwaves, then we're going to win. Because people in their heart, they do not want to be controlled by other people. And as they see this stuff unravel, they're going to be angry that there were people who believed they had a right to control and manipulate people through information, through media, through, all sorts of different. It's been so massive. It's so deep and wide that, you've got, celebrities, sports stars, all these people who people idolize that have been working against the American people. And it's going to be devastating when people's eyes are open and they see what's going on, what's been going on for way, way too long. But anyway, this is my little rant because I'm just ticked off because Facebook has blocked me for the next, at least till tomorrow. But, it won't be the last time because we cannot remain silent. We have to get our information out. We have to get the truth out. And they are showing their colors. They're showing their true colors. This is not about any one incident. This is about a coordinated effort to overthrow the United States, to overthrow our system of government, and to incorporate us into a globalist Marxist system. Make no mistakes. That's what this is all about. That's what all this Antifa and this Black Lives Matter, BLM, all of this is a much bigger agenda than just, George Floyd or whatever else excuse they use. Those are just the catalysts. Those are just the excuses they use to get people out on the street and to destroy cities and burn them down. So anyway, this is SuzyQ. I've got to go because I have to head to work, but I will not be silenced. You know, they can shut me down, but I'll find another avenue, another platform to speak. So, anyway, this is Suzy Q. I will talk to you later. Bye bye.